myself off there. No biggie. Hello internet, how's it going? LT Guitarist here, just surreptitiously increasing my gain. Left channel's a little hot there. I'm doing admin. Not really admin. What's the tech equivalent of admin? Something boring. Anyway, hello. It's the LinkedIn stream. A stream that I have not properly thought through. Yeah, I have a LinkedIn. I haven't really done anything with it. That's not true. I've attempted on several occasions to do something with my LinkedIn. By the way, ignore the huge piles of crap behind me, like this wonderful silk. I can just toga. There we go. Or I can make it look like I'm in a barber's. You know what? I'm already distracted. LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn. I haven't really done. I've tried really hard to have a good LinkedIn, and I've sort of just struggled with it. I think part of the problem is that over the years I've tried to do a lot of different things. Like obviously, music is the main thing that I do creatively. But then, as like an offshoot of that, I've worked in independent journalism. I've worked as a audio technician, as a teacher, as occasionally a writer, and then more recently film work, audio for film, and now marketing. Not just marketing for music, but like actual marketing. And it's just impossible. Oh, comedy as well. Damn. Yeah, I do a lot of things. And rather than having like, I think there was a time where I tried to have like a section for every different type of job I wanted to do. It was just impossible to read. It just wasn't a coherent LinkedIn, or it just wasn't coherent, full stop, for any format. So I think what I need to sort of do is get in there and work out, not necessarily. Let me take a step back. I think the problem with what I've been trying to do with LinkedIn is I've been trying to make it a summary of who I am as a professional. The various areas that I'm experienced in, the various specialities that I have, rather than worrying about what work do I want to get. Like, what do I actually want to do? So yeah, I have all these different skills, but actually the important thing at the moment, the reason people are on LinkedIn, is to get new work, or to make themselves known as a professional entity within whatever world, with whatever industry they're working in. So my hope is that this will be, for me, an opportunity to get my crap together and sort out the LinkedIn, which is something I've been putting off for ages. I'm hoping that for you people watching, this might be a interesting look at, maybe it'll give you LinkedIn tips for yourself. Maybe you don't care about LinkedIn. This might just be like a nice bit of background about me as a professional. It might be helpful to think about the way that you think about what work you want to get, how you talk about what work you want to get. I'm hoping we'll talk a little bit about writing and copywriting, maybe a little bit about SEO. I don't know, all those fancy marketing things. I should stop putting it off, shouldn't I? Thank you, Spanieliz, for the follow there on Twitch. Nice to have you here, buddy. This is my LinkedIn, and I realise that you can only see half my thing. That's sort of fine. Is there anything I can do about that? Am I worried about that? I suppose I could put that over there, and then do... Come on now. Is there not the split? There we go. We could do this sort of thing. That might be in some way helpful. It also might not. You know what? That'll have to kind of do, I reckon. That'll do. We can have a little more here, can't we? Yes. Yes. Yeah, that looks alright. This is my LinkedIn. Sorry, this is my LinkedIn over there. Let's have a little scroll. This is my profile view. So this is there a way to actually see it as if you were looking at me rather than me looking at me? Possibly not. Let's just have a little scroll here. So I've got the small amount of research, the small amount of prep I did for this session was looking at, what people recommend for a good LinkedIn, and they always say display picture and header, and I'm like, well, done. If that's really all I have to do, then jobs are good. So I've got myself here. My headline is musician and communicator, which I sort of came up with when I started getting into marketing. Excuse me, broken chair. Send me money so I can buy a new chair. I think that's still kind of accurate, isn't it? Like, yeah. We'll come back to that if we need to. I think these talks about that's just what I post about, and that's auto-generated. I can't do anything about that. I've got some analytics. Creator mode is on, which is good, I suppose. My featured things. Featured, I think, is a reasonably new feature, maybe like a year old or so by now. But you can basically post specific things like in various formats and have them appear at the top of your profile for people to see, which is nice. I have my activity, which is overwhelmingly gonna be the auto posts by Restream that I can't really. Yeah, there I am, literally now talking about this thing. This is going to get really meta in about a second. I mean, I'm kind of here for it. There it is. So this isn't just this is activity of people I follow as well, or is this my activity? Was I tagged in this? Oh, I liked it. Okay, that's why that's there. That makes sense. These are all of the stream intros from the last forever, and because I don't really post, they just sort of go there. So I need to sort of work out if that's a good idea. This is going to get silly. I'm going to leave it up. I don't know if it's a good idea to do auto posts. So like, in general, when we talk about scheduling like stuff on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I'm generally in favour of it because it means that you can have a constant stream of stuff going up. When it's auto posts that you've put up a new, you're doing a new live stream or you've put up a new thing, I think the risk there is that that becomes the only thing on your feed, kind of exactly like what I've got over here right now. So part of me is thinking, if I'm not committed to like scheduling stuff to go live on LinkedIn all the time, maybe I shouldn't have these posts go up. That's just something I'm thinking about. Is this a boring notification? Probably. Yeah, no, it's telling me that I am live. LinkedIn, I got to tell you, buddy, I knew that I was live. Had a feeling. So that's the activity thing. So I think like as a viewer, as a potential client, a potential employer or collaborator, if I see that that's the only thing that's going on, I'm going to be like, I mean, it's good that there's something happening twice a week, but it's the same thing. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll maybe put a pin in that. About this is my sort of tagline that I came up for myself. Is there like a magnifying glass? That might be helpful for this. Oh, good God, this is not what I meant. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to leave that there before I close it. The world needs weird music. My ambition is to help musicians create music that is interesting, diverse, and thought-provoking, semicolon. Help musicians engage with listeners who value their music. It's a little bit clunkily phrased, but that's what I came up with. And that's kind of my tagline, which is to do with what I value in life, which is music that's slightly odd, and what my goals are as a professional, and broadly speaking, in terms of the music I make, I want to make slightly weird music. and I want to help other people who make slightly weird music get listeners. That's kind of what I want to do, and I thought that was a nice way of phrasing it, rather than essentially trying to be like a hype house that makes loads of money pretending that they're marketing your music to Spotify playlists when actually they're just not doing anything. You know, I thought that kind of encompassed what I was about. The only thing there is that it doesn't really talk about marketing as a whole, because of course I'm my two biggest clients for marketing at the moment are a shop that sells Harry Potter merchandise and a magician. My brand is Magic and Whimsy. Neither of which are music related, but the magician is a performer, so I think that's within the sphere, and the Harry Potter merchandise is, you know, just a really solid, reliable gig, to be honest. And there's a lot of scope for creativity within that, and I've actually been doing a lot of reels editing for Instagram, and making music for those reels as well. So it kind of is what I'm getting at is, I think this about section maybe needs to be a little bit more less music focused, even though music is still at the core of what I want to do. I think I think I might need to broaden that. Can I escape? No. Okay. How do I close? That was slightly terrifying. Go away, self-employed. What's the next notification? Do I need the next notification? Is it going to be something really unhelpful? Thanks. So then we get into experience, which is basically jobs and stuff. So I have simultaneously got the odd creative role and the self-employed role, which has 3 bits to it. I sort of put in here what I think my 2 things should... Man, it's tricky. So what I really want to do is have 2 distinct sections where I can talk about marketing and another where I can talk about music, because everything I am doing, want to do, and have done kind of fits within those. So the 8 years I spent in music education, and the bits of guitar tuition, the bits of Cubase composition, and in general these live streams fit within music. The freelance composition stuff I'm doing fits within music. The film scoring fits within music, and that's all fine. And then marketing, it kind of what I'm doing at the moment in terms of marketing fits within that. Content marketing, so I can talk about live streams like this in that as a form of content marketing. I can talk about YouTube videos I've made over the years, content marketing is an interesting one because I can talk about content I've made and stuff I've produced, including podcasts, video stuff, and copywriting and marketing through comedy, even if those things are content in an entertainment way rather than content in a content marketing way. I can still put them in there because I'm still making good content, or I'm definitely making content, you know. So that's what I want to do. The challenge is that LinkedIn seems to want you to put this experience in terms of the companies you've worked at. So the 3 chunks here are self-employed, which has 3 aspects to it, which is fine. Odd creative, which has kind of the journey from Stab Panda to Odd Creative, and then my position in education, which ended last year. So it's hard because this is what I want to present to the world, but I have to find a way to do that within the framework that LinkedIn has set. And education and licenses and stuff. Is that the licenses? I do have another license, but I didn't get that certified, so that might be worth looking at some point. And then what do we got down here? Skills. I can probably... Oh, skills quiz. That's going to annoy me. I have a recommendation from Luke. Thanks, Luke. Many years ago. Honours and awards. I might actually just ditch those. And then organisations. Again, yeah, I might get rid of that because I'm not working there anymore. And that's not even what it's called anymore. So yeah, the challenge is how do I fit what I want to say about myself within the framework of what LinkedIn wants me to say? Can you have more publications, honours, award, test score, organisation, causes, featured? I already have license certifications. I have courses, recommendations. Education, position, career break, skills. Is that skills down here? Yeah. So positions is these. That's experience. Right. How do we make that fit? Unless I kind of... Okay, so it's... This is going to be hard. I'm starting to wonder if a 2-hour live stream is the way to do it. You know, these are all thoughts and considerations I could have had in advance, but I didn't. So okay, where do we start? So let's can some stuff we know that I don't need. I'm just going to get rid of this. Delete organization, go away. Yeah, thank you very much. So hopefully there should not be a thing. Fine. I'm going to get rid of honours and awards. Because those, like, I'm not going to have a YouTube award up there. Especially not one from 9 years ago. And I'm not going to have a music leadership award. Mostly because there wasn't like an official certification with it. It was fine. It was a nice day, but I'm not really I think it's quite old as well. What is it, like 7 years old or something? I mean, I've already deleted it now, so I can't really take that back. Recommendations I'll keep up there. I suppose I need to try and get a few more recommendations. That's probably the smart thing to do, isn't it? Skills. What are my skills? Okay, so there's... I've been endorsed for stuff that I don't really... Like, why have I got an endorsement for bands? What does bands even mean? I mean, thank you, you three, but, like, why... Rock. I'm going to get rid of rock, because... Yeah, I don't really... I'll just... Music is nice in general. Can I add... I'm just going to start adding some stuff. Digital marketing, thank you. Marketing. Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Okay. That's interesting. Ladder safety. I mean, that's expired by now. I'm probably going to get rid of that. That's interesting that you tell it where where you did those skills. So I'm going to make a little note here. Skills can be added in reference to specific jobs, awards, etc. Right, that's good to know. Licenses and certificates. I'm going to get rid of expired 2019, exactly. I'm going to keep those up. I suppose they're kind of cool. Let's just get rid of that. Even though they're kind of up there and they've said that I've had them and they've expired, it's a bit like I kind of just want to keep it as streamlined as possible. So these things don't expire, and these actually have credentials with them, which is wonderful. So I'm glad that those are the top 3, because people can actually see that's what I'm doing, or what I've been doing most recently. I kind of had a role where I did one thing every month, so maybe I should try and get some more stuff going. Right, so if I can't... Right, I have to do it with positions rather than... Okay, so I think what I need to do is create positions and change the company name. Right, so, okay. So I can add more things as self-employed, and it will come under this self-employed thing, which is fine. All of this stuff for Odd Creative, that doesn't need to be 3 things. I don't need to sell the Stab Panda story, the Odd Creative story. I can just have that as, this is what Odd Creative is, and I've been doing it for like 12 years. Like, that's fine. And this this position as the technician, that's fine. That can just stay there. Because that's fine, because that was a good chunk of my life, and I learned stuff and I did stuff, so I'll keep it there. It's fine. I'm not going to get rid of it. So I think the way to do it is self-employed currently, rather than having content creating music spokesperson. See, that's not a thing. What I think I want to say there is music personality is what I think I want to say there, but that feels a bit music composer and sound designer, guitar tutor, podcaster and journalist. So I think actually, can I put those... Music production education. So the education is covered by this role. I can also say, if I really wanted to... okay, how are we going to draft this? So I think... If I really wanted to, I could hammer home that I'm a tutor as well inside of any other music thing. So let's get a little drafty-poo going here. So if we have an... why do I have 3 distinct categories? I'm just going to get rid of that as well. We don't need all of this stuff. So we'll have a self-employed, and we'll have a odd creative. So a note for odd creative, simplify odd creative into one block. Yep. And then as self-employed, I guess I want to have content marketing, digital marketing, which then needs to cover social media marketing, content marketing, and then do I have another self-employed thing for musician? Forgot how to spell there, that's good. Which can then include composition, film score and composition, music production, music spokesperson, music educator, and I'm gonna start deleting things off of this list once I've done this. So I've said education, that's fine. I've said composition, music production, fine. Let's get into here. So social video, content marketing, educational video, marketing through comedy, podcasting, content marketing. Should that be? Yeah, it's hard to know where to put all these things. I suppose these aren't going to be distinct sections. They're just going to be like paragraphs. So there can be like a little bit of crossover between them, I guess. Digital marketing. Is content marketing... No, okay, so it might be worth calling it content creation, because then we can talk about educational or video, podcasting, educational video, and live streams. Live streams. I do want to get comedy in there somehow, because I want a friggin' comedy award. I want an award for my stupid little parody film. 2 awards, in fact. So that should probably come in here. Podcasting, comedy, and marketing through comedy. Content creation. Maybe you should come on to social media marketing, because one of my gigs is writing jokes, one-liners through Fiverr. It's not a big gig, but it's a bit of money here and there. And all it is just essentially making a company look slightly funnier than they are. That's all it is. Social media marketing. Marketing through comedy. It's tricky because, part of me feels like comedy should be another section, because it is a kind of a source of income and where a lot of my time goes, but it's hard to write convincingly about the comedy stuff I've done, because not a lot of it is in the public view yet. Like I've got this Dafters film coming out in June, and right now it's doing the rounds. It's about to do the rounds at Brighton Fringe. Maybe because I can add awards, so maybe awards will fit in with the Dafters and stuff. So let's... Educational video and live streams. Do I just call it video and live streams? I think it's probably smart. marketing through comedy. Tricky. And then, or do I need to approach these as individual positions? No, because the position is self-employed. So I can get rid of these because I've put those up here. That's fine. So it might be worth going through here and seeing what I wanted to put in here. So as well as music spokesperson, music educator, writer. Yeah, writer and journalist. Yeah, that'll do, because I've done interviews with people I like. That's my justification. So let's start filling these out with different things. So the music tech thing, music tech article. I can probably uncaps these. Uncaps BBC radio stuff. Where do I put that? Does that come under music educator, maybe? I don't know. We'll put a pin in that. I'm just going to go through these blocks of text and see if there's anything good in there that I can sort of pull out and use in the notes here. As well as writing music, I also make content around music, from YouTube tutorials to podcasts and blogs. I'm occasionally asked to appear on various shows and channels as a spokesperson for music education and music technology. Sometimes, as with the attached tactical video, I'm asked to poke fun at the sillier aspects of music industry. Okay, that's all true. Yeah, not really sure if I can put the tentacle thing anyway, even though I think it's really cool. Maybe I'm going to put it here. Tentacle, there we go. And then let's scroll down to music composer, sound designer. Many years experience writing a variety of styles, both clients and creative practice. I release commercially music as... Okay, that makes sense. So I can put musician... film score for composition. If I put film score there, I can put original music. I'm not sure about music production because I don't really have credits. Maybe if I call that audio tech, that might make more sense, because I've had some tech work recently. And I have produced music for bands, so so original music I'll have Alatar, the Musical Endeavour, wonderful. I could also have Carbo Virus. Sometimes it's not about thinking, because Carbo Virus has been and gone. If you don't remember Carbo Virus, which you might not do, and that would be fair enough. Carbo Virus is a project where me and some musicians, this was led by Jay Plent, a good buddy who does a lot of work for Stab Panda these days. He does the Listen to This series, writes it and does the voiceover. So a bunch of musicians from Cambridge, I think a couple from London and a couple from Manchester, we basically just worked together on a collaborative album for charitable causes over the first big lockdown, I think. And we got in the Cambridge Independent. That was the first time I was in the Cambridge Independent, I think. I've been there a few times, and it's hard to sometimes be to talk about something that is past tense in any way convincingly, but actually it got in the paper. That's a big deal. I need to be able to talk about that. So let's look at some other stuff. So film score, Shakespeare's Globe is a big one. Shakespeare's Globe. Type Till You Bleed is coming out soon. Real soon. I composed for YouTube. Sting is an independent film. And I talk about the Cubase stuff there as well, which is fine. So, audio tech. I think Cubase comes as audio tech because it's a Steinberg certified trainer. So that'll go down there. Compositions. Do I want to talk about dafters within that? I think so. So, right, I need to think. I'm going to put a little note down here. Where do I put dafters? Because that's a big thing, like being, receiving awards for a parody film and getting it into Brighton Fringe. I need to make some heckin' noise about that, and I'm not sure where to put that in here. Because I need to be able to talk about writing it being funny, and directing it, Maybe that could go in Odd Creative? Yeah, maybe, because it was kind of an Odd Creative project. Anyway, let's just keep going through and see what we come up with. So, maybe dafters. I'm trying to avoid talking about my... I'm definitely not trying to avoid talking about myself. Good grief. I'm trying to avoid repeating myself. But I think that might sort of be necessary, especially if someone's looking up. I don't think someone's going to find my LinkedIn and then read through the whole thing. That strikes me as very unusual. I think they're more likely to find a specific block that appeals to whatever it is they're trying to do, and then read that. So where do we go up to? Carbo Virus, Steinberg certified trainer, yes. Film score, original music, film score. I'll call it film score and bespoke music. Various jingles and what do I call it? Stingers for radio, podcasts, YouTube, etc., including some for BBC Radio. Cool. Guitar tutor, Steinberg certified trainer. Guitar tutor, rock school, grade 8. Up to grade 8. I don't need to talk about being in a music faculty because that comes up here. Podcaster and journalist. So I could talk about podcasting. Started as part of content creation. Started producing podcasts for clients in 2012. Since then, grown into... Since then, developed my own podcast, comedy podcast from the ground up. I don't have any impressive data. I mean, we've won like a couple little awards, but again, they're like 5 years old at this point, so I don't know. Might be worth bringing those in. So then, again, all the stuff about like the intricacies of Odd Creative is just not relevant. I could put a conversation hat. And conversation hat makes sense. Because I do music for the show as well as music for, like, release. So then I think this kind of comes in. Writer and journalist is down there as well. So I could do music tech article. I do interviews with Dan Lasac, Tanta Krill, 12-tone videos. But any other journalist type stuff? Oh yeah, independent music reviews with Stab Panda. So then I suppose that also comes under video. How many YouTube videos have I done? Regular live streams. From 2016 is a good date. Music reviews and interviews. Yeah, with Stab Panda or for Stab Panda. I suppose in podcasting, interviews with bands for Stab Panda music. Do we have a date for that? Oh, let's just call it 2013. Because I think, like, 9 years old, with the speed of the internet, if something is 9 years old, I think people aren't necessarily gonna expect to be able to find it still. I mean, those are still up on Mixcloud, I think, is where we put those. And that's where this first podcast did for Cult Media Pulse. It was up on Mixcloud. That was just... You didn't really have any options. You could put stuff up on SoundCloud, but you run out of space eventually. So Mixcloud is where you put podcasts back. That's where we put podcasts back then. It wasn't necessarily the right way to do it. Let's fill in some of this other info. So I started teaching guitar since 2010. I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? Because, yeah, that's technically true. I had to put a pin in that. Maybe I could say Guitar Tutor was my main source of income 2010 to 2014, I think is fair. I've continued to take occasional guitar students, teaching ourselves. I mean, that's kind of... It is true, I still have guitar students, but it's hard to... What's a better way of saying when I have time? Because I don't teach young kids. When I worked at the secondary school, I occasionally taught like guitar students privately. A lot of the time I was just teaching kids inside of lessons because they needed more coursework. So it would be a case of, hey, can you spend half an hour with this kid, make sure they can play this thing at the end of it, go. And I wasn't paid as a peri tutor or a private tutor by the parents. That was just part of my job. So I did a fair bit of teaching there. But then that's the only place that I really could be bothered to teach kids. I can't make this place tidy for children. No way. I do too many weird jobs. It's covered in Harry Potter ones at the moment. I can't possibly teach guitar in here. So I prefer to teach adults, because also I don't feel like I have to, be strict with them if they don't do their homework, because they're grown up, usually men. So I'm not going to have a problem with you if you don't do the homework I set, because, mate, you work in a factory. It's fine. So yeah, it's hard to kind of say, and it's a lot more casual as well, which I like. But it's hard to kind of put into words positively that sometimes I have students, sometimes I don't. Yeah, I don't know how to phrase it. We'll put a pin in that for a second. Let's come back to here, because the digital marketing stuff is all sort of kicked off in the last quarter, since like November, I think, really, maybe January. So I need to find a way to add all of that in. So what do I want to say about marketing? I need to add in my 2 clients. I don't want to have them as positions, because I'm still a freelancer. So maybe, what's the way to do that? Okay, so I think we have that as a distinct position. So we have self-employed musician. Oh no, it's going to come out the same. I want them to be different blocks, really. I want to have like a big line through them. I also need to work out what I'm saying about odd creative. So we'll maybe say self-employed. Or is it the end of the world if it's 2 of them? It's tricky. Yeah, because then, okay, self-employed, freelance musician, if we capitalize that, freelance musician, and then we can send these back 1, and then freelance digital marketer, freelance marketing. Yeah, that makes sense. Digital marketing, social media marketing. I think we can just get away with doing that. Yeah. So then that allows me to freelance marketing and content. Content production, yeah. So then this can be a position. Social media marketing can be 1 position, and then Magic Roman can be the other position, and then content creator can be. It's getting a little imperfect. Because can you to present? Okay, so you can have all of these things in the present. That's fine. Oh man, this is tricky, isn't it? So let's say social media marketing. Actually, I want to call it digital marketing, because social media is part of that. And then I think we can say Department of Magical Gifts in Cambridge and Magic Roman, Roman Armstrong. So then social video. And then I suppose we just say, you know, what those individual things are. Do I have Fiverr on there? Yes. Screw it, I guess. Marketing through comedy. And then... Okay, so that's good. So then digital marketing is one thing, content creator is another thing. I think that's fine. So then how will that look? We'll have freelance marketing as the role. And then digital marketing. Because that's better, because I get so many updates about my colleagues in the same business I'm in. Like, that's not what self-employed... That's not how that works. So then that will be Department of Magical Gifts. That will be Raymond Armstrong. That will be Fiverr. And then that would be content creation. Is that what I want? Or maybe digital marketing is that one. And then I talk about these roles within that. Yes. So digital marketing will be one of these blocks, and then content creation will be another block. I think that works. Wonderful. So okay, I guess we start making changes then. So if we start here, because this is mostly music stuff already. If I come in here, self-employed, and then we haven't even looked at odd creative, that's fine. So company name, we're going to call freelance musician. Oh, not capitalize. Freelance musician. Thank you. Cambridge, England, the original. Thank you. I'm just going to keep that original date there. That's fine. Okay, so that's that one. Freelance musician. So if we start with so that was kind of the music spokesperson bit, wasn't it? This is hard. Or do I just delete all of those for the moment? I mean, that might be easier. No, okay, so hang on, I'll go music spokesperson as one thing. We'll leave the dates as they are. So music spokesperson is there. Freelance musician. Ooh, that appears to have destroyed everything. Okay. Music composer and sound design. So I'm going to call that film score and bespoke music as freelance musician. Thank you. And then we're just going to save that. And then self-employed, we'll change that to music educator. Freelance musician. I'm going to get rid of that S because that's going to keep throwing me. Save. Done. And then writer and journalist. Writer and journalist. Freelance musician. Save. So I've missed out music spokesperson, film score, music educator, writer and journalist. So audio tech and original music I need to add. Add position, original music, freelance musician, forgot the word, that's good, musician. We're just going to save that. No. Crippity crap. Start date. We'll go January 2010. I don't know. It's fine. Just whenever. Just whenever. And then audio tech. Yeah. Audio tech. Audiovisual technician. Audio technician. That'll do because that's a recognised thing. I mean, I've been doing that. Do I want to include that? Because it's work I have. Yeah, because I want to talk about production. So, live audio work. Music production. Okay. So I guess I want to call that audio tech. Just call it audio technician. Fine. Technician feels like the wrong word. Music production? I guess. I might put a pin in that for the moment actually, because I'm not sure what I want to do with that overall, so that's fine. Can I move these down because I feel like... Are we missing? What are we missing? Music spokesperson. Writer and journalist. Educator. Spokesperson. So I think I want... Film score. Why are several of these things missing? Let's refresh again. Film score, original music, music spokesperson. I'm just going to have this in the same order I've got it here, because otherwise it's going to screw with me. Why are these not all in the same order? Why is that? Is it because they don't expect me to have that many points on there? You know what, that's fine. Oh, okay, it's because I've put a finish date on there. That's why. So, I am currently working as a journalist. Wonderful. Something went wrong. You went wrong. How about that? Is it not going to let me... Do I have too many current jobs? Because that's... If that's a limit, that's just not reflecting the current economic situation, is it? Obviously. Okay, I don't think it wants me to have that many roles. Okay. Fine, discard. That's a pain in the ass. We'll come back to that. So... Let's go through and add some of these points. So we'll start at the top here. Film score and bespoke music. So I don't need to talk about... I need to talk about Blue Alatar and stuff. I don't need to talk about live streams. I'll do the skills thing later. Carbo Virus, that can actually go to a different skill, but it's not going to, is it? Okay. We'll just put that there for the moment. That's fine. If I cut that and delete, I might save that, add that to original music. Add media. Upload media. That one, please. Carbo Virus 2022. Wonderful. Save. So that's in there. Good. I can get rid of that image there. Good stuff. Yeah, ideally would have an image or a video for that. So I might if I just snip that, that's going to be the way to do it, I think. Yes. Queen Mab. So then we go... Can I edit that, please? Can I not just... If I delete it and then add it again... Composition for... Now the problem there is that it's not going to let me... Okay, that's just going to appear as an image, which is not what I want. If it's going to be an image, I want it to be an image that's actually playable. So let's... I suppose we can go in from here. I'd rather... I think the music in bound is slightly better. There we go.
Infected be the airways.
So I can talk a little bit more about that. No, what was it I said before? Composition and sound design for 2 short films published by Shakespeare's Globe. I'm going to get rid of the AIU reference because that's slightly less cool. Composition for Shakespeare's Globe. Attached is bound. Direct Elmer. And here's a link to the full article on shakespearesglobe.com, shakespearesglobe.com, where you can watch Queen Mab direct Michelle Sue. Apply. Okay, you can't do that. Oh well. Or can you? Let's try me view profile. Oh, it comes up with the live when I'm live. Fun. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. Even if you open that, no. Okay, so attached is let's say I also worked on Queen Mab. Yeah, fine. There we go. And that's a nice image as well with someone's face, which is wonderful. So what do I say in here? I need a kind of, not like a headline, but a catchy thing to say. Or maybe, okay, we'll come back to that later. In 2020, between lockdowns, I worked on 2 short films for Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, inspired by climate. Well, it was inspired by Shakespeare's where I have to be arty, where directors we're encouraged to consider... Hang on, let's do it as a new sentence. Directors were encouraged to consider Shakespeare's work and what it might teach us about climate change. Lots. Bound direct Elmer and Queen Mab were both published by okay. I've sort of said that. Between lockdowns, I worked on 2 short films, considering 2 short films, examining inspired by Shakespeare's work and what Shakespeare. 2 short films, each inspired by Shakespeare works and examining and exploring what they could, exploring links to modern climate change issues. In 2020, between lockdowns, I worked on 2 short films, each inspired by Shakespeare works, Shakespeare plays, exploring links to modern climate change issues. No. I worked on 2 short films inspired by Shakespeare plays, exploring links to modern climate change. I don't see to exploring links to climate change. Fine. In addition to working closely with directors, we created. So I want to talk about voiceover as well. I've already said explored. We used a variety of sound design techniques to enhance the stories. We used a variety of sound design techniques to enhance the stories. I worked closely. No, I need less I. Working closely with the directors, we use a variety of sound techniques to enhance their stories. I used a variety of sound to enhance their stories, including in addition to or do I just list some cool stuff? I want to say that I used electromagnetic field recorders. We used a combination of found sounds from the shoot location, for the shoot locations. They were filmed in the same place. Found sounds from the shoot locations. Electromagnetic field recordings, voiceover, and traditional instrumentation. Traditional instruments. Yeah, that'll do. So that's that one. Through what do I want to say? Was that 2020? Christ, it was. Between 20. I don't want to start all of them talking about dates. I suppose between 2021 and 2022, I worked on the original score to short film I worked on the original score for short sci-fi horror film Type Till You Bleed. The score used a combination of I don't want to say typical horror techniques, of electronic instruments and experimental sound design techniques, such as image sonification, which it did. I've hidden images in the film. It's going to be awesome. Probably leave that where it is. I think that's done. In 2022, again in 2020, short film freestyle cowboy showdown, a parody of because I do want to talk. I do like the score to that, but I don't know if I really want to, because we didn't win any awards for the sound design or anything. We didn't win a composition award. We won like a cinematography and trailer thing. So I might actually put Daft as down here in Odd Creative, I think. So that takes care of this. Where do I put Daft as question? And then I'll do an award for that later. That's fine. Oh, of course, I did a composition for Piqued Interest. Let's take which of my ones is my favourite. Also, what do I want to share? Are these the top ones? Uploads or videos? I think that one's quite good, actually. Oh, wow. That shot up. Good stuff. So then we'll say from... what was the date of that first one? 9 months ago. From 2021, I've composed original music for the YouTube channel piqued interest. Let's add media to that, add a link. I'm going to call it piqued interest. Oh, I can't remember how I did the other one. Piqued interest. Original score. I created for this YouTube video, taking inspiration from traditional Russian and Eastern European music, which is true. I did. Channel pieced interest. The original these pieces are typically are often electronic, using a variety of synthesizers and cinematic sound design techniques. Attached is the is a recent peaked. Can I say recent? Because that implies I know when someone's watching this, which is not necessarily true. Attached is a peaked interest video which required me to study and take influence. Take influence? Yeah, from Russian and Eastern European, from traditional Russian and Eastern European music. I have also, over the years, I've scored, I have created music in the form of jingles and stingers for other YouTube channels, independent radio, independent podcasts, radio stations, independent podcasts, radio stations, and BBC radio shows. Again, true. Yeah, that will do, because I think that gives a sense of like, these are the headlines, but this kind of implies, yeah, there's other stuff. Radio stations and BBC radio shows. I've also had music played on. I've also contributed to other films. I'm just going to leave it like that, because I think that's straightforward. I think that's good. Profile headline. I mean, that can stay where it is. Start date February 2012. I mean, this is... I may as well start this from 2020, because that's when it actually kicked off, you know? Yeah, I guess. It's tricky, isn't it? Yeah, screw it. Because I've been... The tricky thing is, I've been trying to compose for different things for years and years and years. Oh, actually, here's what we do. IMDb one pass. 2014. That's the date we use. 2014. Because that was my first credit. My first composition credit is short film one past 2014, for which I created a hand. My first composition credit is what do they have me as? Additional music, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's additional music. That's fine. Is as is for short film 2014. I've already said for which my first composition credit is. Oh, hang on, let's have one past 2014 is my first composition credits. IMDb listed as additional music. Common credits for which I composed a handful of pieces to fit work created by the main composer. Because what happened is they had a composer, but they only had him for a few months, or they only budgeted a certain amount of money. So when they realised, oh, he can't do everything, they then got me to come in and do like a couple bits and bobs to fit what he'd already done. They paid me. They paid me quite well, actually. So that's nice. Yeah, let's have that there. As like everything else. Because I don't really want to start with that, because that's not a very good opener. Like, this is between lockdowns, Shakespeare's Globe is a good opener. So let's leave that where it was. Employment type. I don't know the difference between freelance and self-employed. Let's just leave that self-employed. Freelance musician, save. Well, guys, we've done one. That's one. Cool. So then original music. Let's knock this out. Self-employed. 2010. Let's put 2018, I suppose. Again, Cambridge, England. Original music. In 2018, I released my first album as Blue Alatar. I'm just going to write the musical Carbo Virus. Maybe Carbo Virus can go at the end. I know I'll have it there. Conversation at mixtape. So I released my first album as Blue Alatar. Originally, this Alatar music was a blend of modern rock with electronic instruments and cinematic orchestration. Since then, I've developed the style to encompass world traditions, traditional music from around the world. Traditional music from around the world, with a I don't want to say soft rock, with a backed by a rock ensemble, occasionally bringing in elements of occasionally bringing in synthesizers and cinematic sound design. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate. I'm just going to keep it like that because I don't think anyone's going to... No one's going to come to my LinkedIn wanting to know about me as a songwriter, are they? Musical Endeavour. I release lo-fi, funk, and experimental electronic music as the Musical Endeavour. First release was a collaboration between myself and Cypetits, attempting to write, record, and release an EP over a single weekend. Since then, I've released multiple singles and EPs annually. I think that was 2019. The first release, single weekend in 2019. Pretty sure that's when it was. Come on, Spoofy. Oh, crunchy neck. I'm just going to look it up. If I can find it. Musical Endeavour. Singles and EPs. One weekend in 2019. Wonderful. Let's get rid of that. Carbo Virus was a collaborative album I was pleased to contribute to. It's was a collaborative charity album I was pleased to contribute to. Project was led by Jay Plent. I saw from Cypetits. I mean, I've already talked about Simon Theo. There's quite a lot of people. I don't want to have to mention everyone. From other Cambridge, London, and Manchester. I think that's accurate. Musicians. I'm just gonna leave it as that. I'm maybe gonna put Conversation Hat mixtape here. The Conversation Hat podcast, as well as co-hosting the Conversation Hat podcast. I've also composed a lot of music for the show. I've composed a lot of music for the show in 2021. Yeah, released mixtape vol dot number 1, a collection of comedy tracks featured on the show, updated and say remastered, commercial release. Yeah. Musically, I should talk a little bit about influences for each. Musically, the podcast. These tracks are inspired by They Might Be Giants, Wolfpack. I'm just going to put They Might Be Giants and Wolfpack. Whilst we draw comedic inspiration from the Mighty Boosh, right, of the Concords and Auntie Donna. Yeah, I think that's right. Those are probably the big ones. Inspirations include, Pete Bog Fairies, Osric Tentacles, and composer. Oh, and because I need to remember, we're focusing on the new stuff, not the old stuff. The old stuff's done. Carbo Virus is in there. Let's leave that there. This is best demonstrated with 2020 EP elements. It's best demonstrated by the Elements EP 2020. Fine. Let's leave that there. Wonderful, we're making progress. So we're going to leave audio tech where it is for the moment. Music spokesperson. And then journalist we're going to have as different things. So if I go in here, and if I edit this, I mean, why not just actually post the damn article, you know? So let's go into writer and journalist. I don't know why I can't currently be working there. Add media, add a link. Oh bugger, so I need, if I put that in there, I know that's my article. Yep, it's a good article. I hope my name's still on it. Yeah, there I am. Have I done anything else? Hell no. Oh crap, what am I doing? What's this? Oh, thank you. No, I'm fine. Shove that in there, add, and then, yeah, that was what. Apply, save. It's because I can't currently be working there, apparently. If I just, I don't care, just put it in whenever. I mean, I'm still doing those things. I mean, technically speaking, I haven't done like a lot of stuff for music tech, so I could put that as my end date. Really, that was March 2021. Oh, you still don't like that, do you? Why don't you like that? So you're just going to not let me have that? Really unhelpful. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, thank you. Add. I'm just going to use that. Fine. Fine. So music spokesperson, I'm going to leave those examples where they are. So let's make this having spent close to 8 years working in music education and with a large number of music projects under my belt. That sounds weird. And a large number of published music projects. I was invited to I am occasionally asked to appear as a spokesperson for music education for music education and independent music. Yes. Yeah, close enough. Most notably are appearances on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire with Spanners Ready and the attached collaboration with YouTube channel Tantacruel. I think that's all I need to say there, really. Yeah, I mean, I've done bits and bobs of that. Like, it bums me out that you have to have that as like a separate, you know, this date, because that's just not like. LinkedIn doesn't seem like it's built for you to like build a freelance career off of, does it? So yeah, I think that's probably fine. I mean, when did I start going on the radio? Crap. If I go to my YouTube channel, we can find. Hey, there's me live again. We can find my first appearance on BBC Radio. That might be the way to do it. God, I've done so many videos. Because it was before... Definitely before lockdowns. Lockdowns is when we paused a little bit. Before one weekend, I think. I definitely put them here. So there's one 3 years ago. There's another. I think I had a couple like that. BBC Cambridge... Was that the first one? I reckon yes. God, this is when I was really trying very hard to be a YouTube person. When were you published, please? Oh, that's helpful. Thank you. 2018. So let's say that started 2018. What month was that? November 2018. Yeah, that'll do. and then can't seem to convert these to now. The only thing I can think is if I combine some of these, which I don't really want to do. I could combine music education with... I don't really want to do that. What I want to do is finish off the music stuff so I can start creating the new stuff like the marketing, because that's kind of brand new. That's kind of the headline really of what I want to get in there. So let's try and nuke through these and not worry about them too much. Or can I add music educator? I'm going to add music educator and spokesperson to be the same thing, just because that's how that sort of seems to want to work, So if I bin that, delete experience, thank you. Music educator and spokesperson. Fine. So let's say I started teaching guitar whilst still enrolled at Access Creative in 2010. And I think comma, it was my primary focus until 2014 when I started work at Parkside Federation. When I started work at Coleridge School. Since then, from 2014, I took on a handful of private students, teaching up to rock school, can't spell rock school, grade 8. From rock school, grade 8. And I'm still pleased to have occasional students now to teach guitar and bass students. I'm still pleased, and I'm pleased to teach again. So then I can put in if I make this an educator aspects person. In 2021, a Steinberg certified trainer because of my twice weekly Cubase live streams. Because my twice weekly and the benefits these provide to music students and producers of all ages. This allowed me to take private students, private music tech students students. This also allowed. This allowed me to take private tech students. Yes, I mean that's the end of that sentence, isn't it? Allowed me to take private mech students as well. Yeah, screw it. I think that's all I really need to say. Okay, so if this is the education thing, yeah, 2010. Let's call it November. It would have to be April, I think, because then that's the school year. Working in music education. Having spent, so that was, when did I start? When did we say I started? Oh, it was the date we just looked at, wasn't it? 2018. So 2018 is when I started. Yeah, so that works. Because this, right, okay, so I actually got the perspective slightly wrong there. I got the timeline slightly wrong because this was saying that I had spent 8 years in music education and then I started going on the radio. I'd only been there for 4 years. So actually this makes sense now. It didn't make sense then. So if I started teaching guitar in 2010, 2018 would be 8 years on. So that's true. So having spent 8 years working music education, working on a large number of projects with a large number of published music projects, published music. I was asked to appear regularly on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire with spanners ready. To appear as a spokesperson for music education and independent producers. Yeah, that'll do. So let me get rid of that. I am occasionally asked back to BBC Radio and have BBC Radio, which has led to collaborations with others, including YouTube channel Tanscore, which isn't strictly true, but I think that's the best way to tell that as a story, because like the Tanscore stuff would have happened with or without the BBC stuff, but I think it's nice to sort of imply that it's a continuum. And I don't think Martin's going to, come to my house and beat me up for saying that. I might be wrong. Come at me. Having spent 8 years working in music education with a large number of published music, with a large catalogue of published music, I was asked to appear regularly. I was asked to appear on BBC Radio Cambridge with Spanish radio, music education, independent producers. I occasionally asked back to the BBC Radio, which has led to collaborations. Fine. Absolutely fine. So we can bin that, and then the only pain in the ass left is the writer and journalism thing. I am currently working in this role. Oh my god, yeah, it doesn't want me to have that many positions, which is hilarious. So does that fit? Not really. I'm gonna write it and then come back to it. So that's all other stuff that I don't need to worry about. So the music tech, right, is there. So I can talk a little bit about interviews and stuff. That's fine. 2012, I was asked to produce a podcast for a local magazine, interviewing musicians and artists, interviewing musicians and artists. Over the years, I've built on this experience, taking every opportunity, not quite true, but whatever, to this led to the creation I want to say basically this developed into Stab Panda, but that's not true. Stab Panda was already a thing in like 2009. We were running events. This is due to my experience running live music events. I was a terrible communicator. Due to my experience running live music events and my relationships with Cole. There's a lot of buzzing in my right ear. Are you guys hearing that? That's funny. That's coming from the audio interface, not my microphone. I've got a good microphone. Hang on, let's try this. Yeah, no, it's the audio interface. Can I do anything about that? Probably not. If I do that, I'm just going to be in the left ear, aren't I? And then if I do this to offset that, hey, that's slightly better. I'm very warm. Are you warm? I'm warm. Hang on. If I do, and the volume's gone down a bit, if I do this, there we go. If I turn myself off for a moment, I'm going to take my hoodie off. It's not actually a hoodie. It's a hoodless hoodie. I think it might just be a jumper. So what am I trying to say? In 2012, this is just in case I accidentally, slip a nipple out or something on Twitch and then lose all hopes of any kind of sponsorship. Anyway. Oh no. There I am. Hello. Okay, in 2012 I was asked to produce a podcast for a local magazine interviewing musicians. Due to my experience, maybe there's a better way to say that. If I say, following my events and my relationships with local musicians, in 2012 I was asked to produce a podcast for a local magazine. The focus was, in addition to audio tech, in addition to the required audio tech, I also found myself interviewing local artists and bands. This at the time, Stabbed Panda was focusing on live music management, on music events. And Time Stabbed Panda was focusing on music events, but when the for a local magazine, Cult Media, but when Cult Media ceased production, wasn't exactly how it happened, but close enough. When Cult Media ceased production, but when the Cult Media podcast ceased production, we moved the focus of Stabbed Panda to take its place. Since then, we've developed a independent music blog. I've phrased that horribly. At the time, Stab Panda was focusing on music events. It's running live music events as Stab Panda. When the Cult Media podcast ceased production, we changed. We decided to alter the direction of Stabbed Panda. So began reviewing independent music and interviewing local artists. The Stabbed Panda Day is a reasonably well-known music blog with regular YouTube content featuring upcoming artists. So that's fine. That's all true. So then I could say my background, my experience with music journalism at this level allowed me to conduct interviews with personal heroes such as Dan Lesac, 12-tone videos, and Tantacruel. For my own YouTube channel. Yeah, is that... That's fine. Just got an email from Twitch suggesting I go live. Don't worry about it. What else could I say? I mean, that's true. That's kind of what I wanted to say there. I've also been able to write about music. It occurs to me that I could have combined spokesperson with journalism, but I think the spokesperson thing is about me talking about stuff, whereas journalism is other people talking to me. You know? So I think it's important to make that distinction. So allowing me to connect interviews with personal heroes such as Alatar from my YouTube channel. I've also been able to write about music to write music and audio tech for publications, including Music Tech Magazine and Podcasting Today. Fine, that'll do. Yeah, and then I'm going to put that as the final date, because that's when that was. When was that published? This is not how links work. March 5th, 2021. Fine. March. Oh no, oops. I'll just keep it there. March 2021. I'm gonna... Oh, oops. Oh, come on. I'm gonna read tech and podcasting today. Wonderful. Let's do a copy of that. Save. absolute arsehole. Why is that? Right, so it's got nothing to do with that, has it? So if I just copy that, do I just have to delete that then? Delete experience. And if I try to add to it, add position, freelance musician. Oh no, hang on. Company freelance musician. Writer and journalist. Crap. Let's say 2019. I'm currently working here, which is I am currently working here. Description. Save. Fine. Okay, so actually it's not that weird. So I want that to be the bottom one, really. Fine. Okay. So then I can go back in here and add media. Save. Wonderful. So each of those points has a link or two. Incredible. God damn, it's 3 o'clock. Okay, so this is the length of the stream that I had wanted. I haven't done any of the marketing stuff yet, which is a pain in the ass. So what do? Let's see what I can maybe do in the next 25 minutes. I also want to see what that's like as an outsider. I can get rid of all of these links, I think. I hope. So as an outsider, you scroll down. Okay, you see these headlines. And actually journalism doesn't come up. That's fine. I can deal with that. And you click there to see more detail. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I need to combine this into one thing and actually start it in 2018. So maybe. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't actually have anything for Odd Creative up there. Can I edit? Yes. So Odd Creative. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna call it director. Hang on, I can't. Can I? Okay, that's for media. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get rid of this, delete experience. I'm not worried about it. Production coordinator. What I'm going to do is delete director. And then here we're going to change all this. So director. Odd Creative, Cambridge, starting 2018. I think it was like September. I currently work here. Odd Creative. This isn't going to be the start. This is going to be like halfway through. Odd Creative was formed in 2018. Was formed in 2018 as an umbrella brand under no, because I'm trying to say that like it was formed in 2018, taking on. Was formed in 2018. Was formed in 2018. No, I'm just going to keep saying that out loud. Bespoke media production for independent for independent brands and niche businesses. Odd Creative was formed in 2018, taking control of seems so aggressive because it's not actually what happened. Basically, I had like a lot of projects, and Odd Creative was a way to kind of put them in one big box together. Odd Creative formed in 2018 and continues to produce content including Conversation Hat podcast and the Stabbed Panda music blog. Conversation Hat podcast is his name, and the Stabbed Panda music blog. I might just leave that as it is. So I'm going to say, as well as providing bespoke media for niche businesses, Odd Creative has produced a great deal of online content, including comedy sketches, documentaries, and short films. Let's say in 2018, Odd Creative's longest running projects include Conversation Hat podcast and the Stabbed Panda music blog. Wonderful. In 2022, Odd Creative produced the short film Freestyle Cowboy Showdown, a parody of Power of the Dog, 2021, for the DAS film competition. We won Best Cinematography and Best Trailer Attached. Actually, no, I'm not going to attach it because I have a trailer, but the trailer that won is a different trailer. I'm going to perhaps leave that where it is. I know that I need to come in and change the media here. I was proud to have directed, co-written, and created, composed music for this, for this parody. Fine. Wonderful. We can maybe say, yeah, no, I'm going to leave that as it is, I think. I need it. I'm just going to put self-employed. I don't know. Because it doesn't have director as a option. Right. Now we need to try... Oh my good God, why? What is the problem? What could possibly be wrong? Do I just need to do a new... Okay, right. let's just do a new entry if it's gonna be an ass about it. View profile. Okay. View profile. Add experience. Plus. Add position. Right. Industry. Film. Media. Media production. There we go. Start date. I think it was September 2018. I'm still there. Don't be weird about it. And self-employed, whatever. Oh yeah, I suppose self-employed makes sense. So, Odd Creative Limited, director, Odd Creative, can't spell, Limited, Cambridge, England. I'm just gonna not even worry about the other stuff there. So then this one, delete experience. I hope it's not going to freak out now. Director, Odd Creative, wonderful. Okay. Now we can look at marketing. So, the company name, Freelance Marketing and Content Creation. Is that like an actual... No, I don't want that. I want my own thing. Digital marketing. I just want digital marketing. Digital marketing. Freelance. Oh, well then what the hell? Cambridge, England. Started, let's call that January this year, 2022. Media production, digital marketing? Just marketing then. Marketing services, fine. In 2022, I began career in digital marketing. Quickly taking on... Ooh, the interference is back. Okay, that's not so bad. We'll just keep it there. Taking on clients... taking all clients and yeah, fine. My first client, I'm currently working with Magic, Roman Strong, and the Department of Magical Gifts to develop their audiences and to develop grow their audiences and increase business. Magic Roman is a children's entertainer based in Cambridge. Is a children's entertainer looking to seeking looking to grow their audience locally whilst also developing a distinct personal brand distinct and separate personal brand. I'm just going to put like a little headline for both the positions and then flesh it out with what I'm actually doing. Department of Magical Gifts is an independent shop in Cambridge dedicated to license dedicated to selling official Harry Potter products and similar no, I'm just gonna keep it like that. So then what are the challenges of each, I guess? We worked together to create separate marketing plans for each brand, including included for each, which included research into current and potential new audiences, as well as I already said developing. Watching to create separate marketing plans for each brand, which include research and developing unique visual identities, which is sort of true. I regularly write copy for social posts and collaborate with Roman on scripts for video, for social video, which I am responsible for shooting and editing. So I think that makes it clear that we collaborate on certain aspects, and then there's certain things that I regularly, and then there's certain things that I just do. The department had a reasonably sized social following when they hired me. My challenge hired me. My task was to grow their local audience and increase footfall to the store. I create regular social posts, I create regular social posts, finding ways to regular social posts showing off products in a way that engages the audience rather than trying to sell rather than trying to sell to them. directly. This is largely down to daily stories, posts on Instagram, and regular social video content. Does that make sense? What am I doing about it? Yeah, that's fine. And then I suppose I can say, in addition to these clients, I also take, I also write jokes and humorous copy, humorous social copy. In addition to these, P4 clients through Fiverr. Yeah, I mean that's good enough. I'm gonna save that, and then no, I'm gonna skip that. And I want that above. Yeah, that's wonderful. So then content creation is the last little bit. That's still going to come under that, I hope. So then, when did I start doing that? Oh man, ages ago. You know, actually, I'm going to leave that as it is, because I think basically the point of having this whole section is just to say I've made stuff. But I think it's obvious that I've made stuff. I think maybe the content creation needs to come under odd creative rather than anything else. I think that, like, I feel like that covers stuff really. Like, I've talked about YouTube a fair bit. I've brought up the live streams. So I'm going to leave that where it is. The challenge, I suppose I can start adding some skills and stuff now, can't I? Music, I mean, director or creative writer, all of them. Education. Yeah, save. I think it's just worth adding some of these to specific things. Music production didn't really come up there. Original music, freelance musician. Yeah, no, that'll come in there. And that one, save. And then music industry, I suppose that comes under there. Writer and journalist. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? So then I'll put in, is music education there as a skill? Yeah, it is. Certified trainer. Music educator. Yeah, that'll do. I suppose I need to start adding in some marketing type things. Creative content creation, online content creation, yes. Odd creative, digital marketing, content marketing, journalist. Yeah. Did I really see the word video podcasts? I hate that. Let's add in some more. So marketing is there and there. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Save. Let's add digital marketing. Yeah, fine. Digital marketing director there. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Easy. What else we got? Add skill. Online journalism. I'll do copywriting. Musician. I mean, that's mostly there, isn't it? Yeah. So I suppose this is handy because it just kind of combines things and demonstrates that you do kind of know what you're doing because you have these skills. So this indicates that you know what you're doing in these jobs. Yeah. Which is good, I think. That feels like that's the whole point. What was the thing that just occurred to me to add? No, can't remember. Let's leave that where it is. I think we're done. You know, I maybe need to update the LinkedIn, but like update the featured stuff here. But actually, this is pretty much. Oh, the skills come up here. That's interesting. This is pretty much what I wanted to get done. This is like the main bit that I wanted to do. I still think that the LinkedIn as a website is quite hard to follow. But that I don't have control of that. The only other thing I need to do is go through work out which of these jobs are the jobs that I am most likely to be able to find work through the internet. Like what are people going to LinkedIn to try and find people for, or what are people Googling to find collaborators or freelancers for, and then working out how I can improve the SEO for those specific things. So like I would like more music work, but I know in reality people are more likely to try and find someone to do social video for them. So I need to work out what people are Googling to find those freelancers, and I need to use those terms in the what I've written here. Thanks for hanging out. You can't see what I just opened up that when I talked about things I've written. You didn't need me to do that. You didn't need me to minimize my screen to show you that. It's fine. I'm tired. I've talked for a lot longer than I expected to. Perhaps I should have expected to talk for this long, considering I don't have music that I can play to rest my voice. I'm going to go lie down. Thanks for hanging out. Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be making stupid music in Cubase again. Thanks, people. Take care. Toodaloo and that.